Everybody's having a hard time generating sales, figuring out the right audience for their product. Now, it's 2019, and if you're not generating sales, it's probably frustrating. So, we're going to actually dive into this video. I'm going to show you guys some secret strategies on how you can start picking the right interests, the right behaviors, and excluding AliExpress, DHgate, and all these little drop shipping sites. So let's dive in. So we're back. So we're back. Today we're going to be talking about the reason why that you're probably running ads and you're not generating sales. So what exactly you're doing wrong, or if you're probably creating lookalike audiences, what you need to exclude, what you need to include, and how to turn those one sales into 10 sales, 20 sales. So literally want to show you guys, I don't know if you guys can actually see my phone, literally did 2K off a new product that we just launched a week ago before the New Year's came. A week ago. Literally doing 2K consistently a day, and I want to break something down to you guys real fast, right? Um, Before we actually dive into this, you're probably looking to get into e-commerce. You're probably into e-commerce right now, and you're not actually getting the results that you're looking for, which is actually frustrating, right? And P.S. This T-shirt I'm wearing is one of my students named Alan. He made it for me when I went to DC. He has a print-on-demand business, so it's actually kind of dope. So I just decided to wear it. But you're probably frustrated, probably want to give up just because you're not seeing the results that you're looking for. But the good thing is about that is that you're close to actually getting the results you're getting, because if you're watching this video right now, you're there, right? So let's actually dive into this real fast. Don't want to take up a lot of you guys' time. I've actually picked up a product that I've seen a lot of people sell recently. I was actually in a mobile accessory niche when I first actually got involved into e-commerce, selling the two-in-one adapter. This is actually a good product. I know people are selling it, and you guys can actually sell it as well. I know it's going to get some sales here and there, so just actually using it as an example. Now, let's go back to the pad. So this is our product right here, right? And if you notice, for you to actually target the right people, okay, that was one of my VAs. But for you to actually target the right people, right? One thing you want to actually focus on is that I see a lot of people hyper target, right? Basically, they're targeting like 8, 9, 10, 15 different people, one behavior, which is actually not okay, because when it comes to actually scaling up, you don't know what interest is actually bringing in the results that you're looking for. So one thing I want to show you guys is this. I want to actually type this up. So let me pull this up real quick, do some text. So one thing that I want you guys to actually focus on is that I want you guys to actually, if you, let's say they were selling this USB adapter, right? Boom. Okay, this is our product. We have the ad ready. We have the ad copy ready. Now it's time to actually focus on the targeting. Let's put this ad in the right people face. Now, if you notice, one of the one of the audience you can use is mobile. Actually, let me see if I can. Okay. Let me see if I can lower this down. Okay, I guess we're going to have to make something shake. Let me pull this up real quick. So I cannot type this big, and I never used this pad before, so we're just gonna go ahead and use Google Docs. All right, perfect. So let's just say that we are actually, that is our product, right? So now, if that is our product right here, the USB adapter, one of the interests that you can actually use, this is a basic interest, because there's two different types of interests when it comes to actually running the ad. There's actually a general interest, and there's actually a niche interest. And it took me a while to actually understand this. I did a lot of testing, and I actually understand the difference. Now, the difference between a general interest is that a general interest is something like mobile iPhone accessories, right? So let's just say that one of our interests is mobile iPhone accessory because this is a, hold on, let me make sure, okay. Because this is a mobile iPhone accessory adapter. Now, crazy thing about it is that you notice that this product is for iPhone 7, iPhone 8, and iPhone 10 and above. Now, what we want to do is that once we pick that one interest, because I love testing, and I do suggest, let me actually type this up here real quick before we actually continue. When testing a product, run a minimum, oops, my spelling is off today. Run a minimum of 7 ad sets when testing. Now, the reason why I do that is because I like split testing different assets to see which one is performing at its greatest. You're never going to, well, let me not say never, because there's some times where I do get a, lucky day and I pick an interest and boom, it's actually generating me sales. Now, I usually run at least 7 to 10 from a $3 to $5 a day budget just to test and figure out which one is performing at its greatest peak. And then the ones that are not performing at its greatest peak, I actually kill that campaign. Now, back to us setting up our interest. Once we pick, we're setting up the general interest here. Let me actually put that down here, general. Damn, my typing is bad today. Okay, so we're setting up the general interest. Let me make that bold for you guys so you guys can see that. Awesome. So the general interest. So general interest is basically when you're setting it up, we're gonna pick mobile iPhone accessories because if you go through the browsing category on your ad, right, it's gonna show you, you click suggestions, it's gonna show you like all of these different suggestions for you to target. Dope, cool, right? So if you set up, if you pick mobile iPhone accessories, the next thing you want to do is you want to target engage shoppers. Now, a lot of people are actually lost on this. The meaning of engaged shoppers is that a call to action. Basically, anyone that click the buy now, shop now, learn more, watch now, or watch more, etc., etc., etc. Anyone that clicked that, I think in a previous week or two, then Facebook is going to actually, target this interest, right? And then once they target that interest, it's going to focus on the people that's going to actually click to actually buy, right? So, oops. Okay, so this is a general interest. Now, a more niche interest is that if you use the audience insight tool, right, which I will suggest anybody to use. I would suggest everyone to actually use that. Some people don't. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I will suggest it. The reason why that I will suggest that is because there are some pages that you can actually target, which is actually called niche. And I don't have my Facebook ad manager pulled up on this computer. Maybe later on I'll sign in and show you guys an example. But a more niche interest is basically I love my iPhone, right? That's an audience. That's a niche base. iPhone lovers, right? That's another niche based audience, right? So the difference between those two is that I usually get majority of my sales from a niche-based audience, a niche-based interest compared to a general interest like mobile iPhone accessories. Now, if you want to get in detail and target, because the good thing about this is you want to actually focus more on targeting correctly, and meaning you don't want to sell this product, right? And you're showing this to people that have an iPhone 4 or iPhone 3GS or iPhone 6 because you're actually, number one, wasting money. Number two, you're actually showing this ad to the wrong people. You want to be more in depth as impossible. So what you might want to do is you might want to target, let's say this is for an iPhone 8. You want to target people that owns an iPhone 8, right? 8 plus. Oops, okay. And then you want to narrow it down to engage shoppers, right? So there's different ways that you can actually, run this campaign. Like I said, I usually focus on literally creating 8 to 10 ad sets or campaigns or whatever you want to call it per a product. The reason why, like I said, I love split testing and it doesn't hurt to actually spend $3 to $5 a day just testing what's performing. There's certain things that I actually look at when I'm testing. I'm looking at how many link clicks I'm getting. I'm looking at how many add to carts, if I'm getting initiate checkouts. Now, if you don't get none of these in 48 to 72 hours, I usually kill the campaign and find another audience. Now, like I said, this is one of the main ways that you can target general interest, but I do love focusing more on niche interest, right? Let me actually, okay. All right, awesome. Niche interest. And for you to actually start making money in your business, you want to actually start looking more into the niche interests because they don't really teach this, right? Everyone is going to tell you to target iPhones and engage shoppers, but you want to really be in depth. Now, number two, stop stacking your audiences. This is something that we did 2, 3 years ago. Well, when I first got into e-commerce, like I said, guys, I was actually selling the 2-in-1 adapters. You know, if you had an iPhone 6 or 7, if I'm not mistaken, basically what that is that you know, back then you couldn't play music and charge your phone at the same time. So I found that product and I actually dominated it. One of the interests that I used was that I was targeting the interest that's called like I love my iPhone or something like that. It had been a minute. And then I narrowed it down to people that had the particular devices, so iOS devices, right? And then I created another audience that was targeting people that had iPhone 7s, iPhone 7 Plus. Um, it was a while ago. Basically, what I'm doing is just give you guys an example. So, not to take up a lot of you guys' time, like I said, there's 2 different ways to actually target. Oops, not so I see that, but there's 2 different ways to actually target. Like I said, one of them is a general interest where you can actually use the suggestion on your audience when you're creating a campaign, or you can niche it down and basically target people like from your audience inside too, from the pages. Another thing that I do that I love focusing on is that you guys want to focus on the demographics for your audience. Now, what I mean by that is don't target people that are 15, 16, 17 years old. You know damn well they're not going to actually buy because number one, they probably don't have a credit card. Number two, they're not gonna buy. You know, I love focusing on people that's gonna actually buy. So there's 2 things that I look at when it comes to using the audience insight tool. I look at the demographics, number one, and then I focus on the pages, right? Demographic pages, right? So another thing I want to tell you guys is that you want to exclude, right? Remember this. When you're running your ads, you do not want your campaigns to be showing to people that buy from AliExpress or Alibaba or DHgate or Sellwho or fucking Wish and all these other dropshipping sites, right? So you want to focus when you're running your ads, you want to make sure to exclude AliExpress. Another thing you want to exclude, this is going to kill you guys' mind, Facebook. Oops, I'm not typing this shit today. Facebook business page. And the reason why you want to do this is because anybody that is owning an e-commerce store, right, most likely have a Facebook business page. And majority of the times, you don't really want anybody. I mean, I'm not gonna say they're not gonna see your product because majority of the time they will. I see a lot of store products and I spy on them. Don't get me wrong. Becoming a business owner, you have to do things like that. Hey, but at the same time, you want to exclude Facebook business pages. So you want to exclude AliExpress. You can pick AliExpress, Alibaba. You can stack. See, when you're doing that, you can stack that, right? When you're targeting, you cannot stack that. It's so good. When you're running your audience, you do not want to stack that. So what I do is I stack literally AliExpress, Alibaba. Oops, put that right here. Alibaba, DHgate, Wish, and whatever freaking dropshipping site that's actually out there. Now, the great thing about this is that, like I said, you don't want these ads to be wasting a lot of money showing it to people that know about AliExpress or Alibaba or DHgate. And that's a great thing about Facebook because they know how to actually not put your campaign in front of that audience face. They're going to actually focus more on people that are going to buy, right? So, like I said, not to take up a lot of you guys' time, if you're watching this video right now, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you like the content that you're actually getting. You don't have to do it, but like I said, I'm going to be more focused in 2019, dropping a lot more content. Number two, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a DM on IG or on my Facebook account or on Snapchat or on Twitter, wherever you feel more comfortable on. And number three, we're coming out with a crazy ecom accelerators fucking course, right? Great thing about this is that if you are already in our university already, you're gonna get a discounted price on our new course. It's so long. I wish I can actually show you guys. Well, I can't show you guys because it's so special. But we are going, if you're following me on Facebook or on Instagram, you're going to be seeing the updates on when it comes out. It's going to be coming out in the next 3 to 4 weeks. We're going to be having crazy people dropping some sick nuggets on how to grow your e-commerce business, how to build business credit. That's one of the number one things that I use when it comes to running my business, because a lot of people just don't have the capital. So it's going to be a lot of crazy information on there. So I love you guys so much. Hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully you guys don't. But see you guys in the next video. Peace.